Hey, Shalom. We give all the glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash, double arts apostles, elders, great millstone, Shalom to the whole full elect. We try to remember of the Israelites, Israelite foreigners that don't like us, but are us, Shalom. All right, the title is going to be Fear the Lord 4. I'm going to start off in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 1 in the NLT. All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 1 in the NLT. These are the words of the teacher, King David's son, who ruled in Jerusalem, which is Solomon, King Solomon. All right. Verse 2. Everything is meaningless, says the teacher, completely meaningless. Completely meaningless. All right, this is King Solomon speaking, all right. What do people get for all their work? What do people get for all their hard work under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth never changes. The sun rises and the sun sets, then hurries around to rise again. The wind blows south and then it turns north. Around and around it goes, blowing in circles. Rivers run into the sea, but the sea is never full. Then the water returns again to the rivers and flows out again to the sea. Everything is worrisome beyond description. No matter how much we see, we are never satisfied. No matter how much we hear, we are not content. And if I continue on to think about that, though, us as people, us as just humans here on earth, a lot of us never satisfied. We're never content with the things because why? We don't have full understanding, basically. So we'll never be satisfied, never be content unless you have understanding. You got to have wisdom, understanding, okay? But let me continue on reading. Verse 9. History merely repeats itself. It has all been done before. Nothing under the sun is truly new. So, all right, so that goes back to reincarnation also. The sun been here since day one. We all been here. And if the Lord says there's nothing new under the sun, King Solomon says nothing new under the sun too. So what that tells you, we all been here before. We all died, came back, died, came back, died, came back, non-stop. Okay? Sometimes people say, here is something new. But actually, it is old. Nothing is ever truly new. Everything is old for real. All the stuff that's going on now has been done before. Probably different modernizations, but same thoughts, same patterns, same how people reacting to the same shit. Ain't nothing new. All right? Things may look a little different, but at the same time, it's nothing new to it. It's just took one thing, added on to another, or took this and put it on to here. It doesn't matter. It's just, everything's here. It's old. All right? But that should let you know right here that we old too. We've been here before, ain't nothing new to us. All right? Just our memory be taken away. Verse 11. We don't remember what happened in the past and in the future generations. No one will remember what we are doing now. Right there. Because it's due to reincarnation. Verse 12. I, the teacher, was king of Israel, and I lived in Jerusalem. I devoted myself to search understanding and to explore by wisdom everything being done under heaven. I soon discovered that Yahweh has dealt a tragic existence to human race. I observed everything going on under the sun, and really it is all meaningless like chasing the wind. Right, so basically, King Solomon, he had all the wisdom, he had all the understanding, so he took time to go find out what's really going on. And he realized, like, damn, about generations of us being here, the Lord done fucked us up for going against him, for transgressing for going against his laws. Everybody. The Israelites, all his chosen people, and all the other nations. Because we went against his laws. We made void his laws. Verse 14. I absorbed. Slop. Let me just read it again. I observed everything going on under the sun, and really it is meaningless, like chasing the wind. 15. What is wrong cannot be made right, and what is missing cannot be recovered. I said to myself, look, I am wiser than any of the kings who ruled in Jerusalem before me. I have greater wisdom and knowledge than any of them. So King Solomon is like, look, I got the knowledge of more than anybody over here in Jerusalem. I'm the man, basically, right now. So I should know these things, basically. All right, verse 17. So I set out to learn everything from wisdom to madness and folly. But I learned firsthand that pursuing all this is like chasing the wind. The greater my wisdom, the greater my grief. The increasing knowledge only increases sorrow. So basically, he's saying he's like basically, I got wisdom, I got understanding. I'm about to take the time to go look at everything. And as he took the time out to go look at everything, it was like chasing the wind. He's over here, he's over there, he was over here, he was over there, he was all over the place, going crazy. All right. And notice the more he learned, the more irritating, the more meanest things have gotten to him. It's like, what's the fucking point? All right. Let me go to chapter 2. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 1. I said to myself, come on, let's try pleasure. Let's look for good things in life. But I found that this too was meaningless. Basically, King Solomon was like, man, all right, let me try to find pleasure. Let me try to enjoy myself while I'm here. This is not blase, blase. He realized that still don't mean nothing. Verse 2. So I said, laughter is silly. What good does it do to seek pleasure? After much thought, I decided to cheer myself with wine, and while still seeking wisdom, I clutched at foolishness. And this way, I tried to experience the only happiness most people find during their brief life in this world. Salaki. I have also tried to find meaning by building huge homes for myself and by planting beautiful vineyards. I made gardens and parks, filling them with all kinds of fruit trees. I built reservoirs to collect the waters to irrigate my many flourished groves. I bought slaves, both men and women, and others were born into my household. I also owned large herds of flocks, more than any of the kings who had lived in Jerusalem before me. I collected great sums of silver and gold, the treasure of many kings and provinces. I have hired wonderful singers, both men and women, and had many beautiful concubines. I have everything a man could desire. So Solomon let it be known, like, man, I had everything. I did everything down there. I set this up. I set that up. I had this. I had that. I had everything organized. Everything was good. All right. Verse 9. So I became greater than all who lived in Jerusalem before me, and my wisdom never failed me. Anything I wanted, I would take. I denied myself no pleasure. I even found great pleasure in hard work, a reward for all my labors. So the Lord, so Yahweh, it is Yahweh Shai, right? But when he was King Solomon, he was like, man, look, I got it like that. I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. I don't care what nobody say. I'm about to find pleasure in every last thing that I can find to do, all right? So basically, he was like, I'm about to take pleasure in hard working. Shit, you know how like right now, you see how we all try to be like, man, fuck working hard, I'm gonna work smart. The Lord said, King Solomon, Yahweh Shai himself, he said, man, look, I done work smart. I'm about to work hard now and get pleasure out of working hard. That's how meaningless things was here on earth for him, because it's like, well, shit, I did this, I did that. Why not do it this way too? And that's how serious it was. We don't want to work hard. We rather work smart. But the Lord said, shit, I don't work smart. I'm about to work hard now. That's something right there. All right, verse 11. But as I looked at everything, I had worked so hard to accomplish it. It was all so meaningless, like chasing the wind. There was nothing really worthwhile anyway. So the Lord, like, after all the stuff I done, after King Solomon, Howard Shai, after all the things he had done, he was like, man, this shit still ain't nothing. So it's like, what's the point? All right, verse 12. So I decided to compare wisdom with foolishness and madness, for who can do this better than I, the king? Now think about it. He's the king of everything, Jerusalem. He was the wisest man on earth in these times. All right. Verse 13. I thought wisdom is better than foolishness, just as light is better than darkness. For the wise can see where they are going, but fools walk in the dark. Yet I see, oh, sloppy, before I finish that, basically, in other words, the wise man can play the fool, but the fool can't play the wise. Remember that. Yet I saw that the wise and the foolish share the same fate. That'll throw your head off right there. You being wise, doing what you're supposed to do, and you still got to suffer the same thing as a damn fool. It's meaningless. It will drive you the fuck crazy. All right? But let me keep reading though. Both will die. So I said to myself, since I would end up the same as the fool, what's the value of wisdom? What's the value of all my wisdom? This is so meaningless. Because he's like, he in his head like, man, I know everything. I got everything. I have understanding. Why do I guys get the same fate just like these people that don't know shit? They can't even tie their shoes. They can't even pick up a rock. Why I guys suffer the same fate as these people? All right? It's pointless. Verse 16. That's how King Solomon felt. Verse 16. For the wise and the foolish both die. The wise will not be remembered any longer than the fool. And in the days to come, both will be forgotten. So I came to hate life because everything done under So I came to hate life because everything done here under the sun is so troubling. Everything is meaningless, like chasing the wind. I came to hate all my hard work here on earth, for I have must leave to others everything I have earned. So the Lord, like, man, I have done this and done that, and I still gotta die. And these people that's out here, they ain't doing shit for real, for real. I ain't working hard. Can't even work as hard as I have. Get to live off of my riches. This is meaningless. It's like chasing the wind. What's the point? Verse 18. I came to hate all my hard work here on earth, for I leave to others everything I have earned. All right, Salaki. 19. And who can tell whether my successors will be wise or foolish? So who gonna let it be known that the people that's got my riches, they gonna use wisdom continuum, or they're gonna be dumbasses. All right. Yet they will control everything I have gained by my skill and hard work under the sun. How meaningless. So I gave up despair, questioning the value of all my hard work in this world. So some people work wisely with knowledge and skills, then must leave the fruit of their effort to someone who hasn't worked for it. This too is meaningless. A great tragedy. Basically saying I work hard, I gotta lead this to these unworthy motherfuckers. Dang. Verse 2. So what do people get in this life for all their hard work and anxiety? So King Solomon like, so what do we get out of all of this? Verse 23. Their days of labor are filled with pain and grief. Even at night, their mind cannot rest. It is all meaningless. So I decide there's nothing better than to enjoy food and drink and to find satisfaction in work. Then I realized that these pleasures are from the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So basically, he said, forget about it. Just enjoy myself. I ain't about to stress myself no more. Just enjoy myself eating and drinking. All right. Verse 25. For who can eat or even enjoy apart from him? Yahweh gives wisdom, knowledge, and joy to those who please him. But if a sinner becomes wealthy, Yahweh takes the wealth away and give it to those who please him. This too is meaningless, like chasing the wind. So basically, it's like he was just like, what's the point? What's the point? How that's how King Solomon is asking right now. What's the purpose? This is like chasing the wind. Chapter 3, all right, verse 1. For everything there is a season, a time for everything actively under the heavens. Let me read that again. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, a time to die. A time to plant, a time to harvest. A time to kill, a time to heal. A time to tear down, a time to build up. A time to cry, and a time to laugh. A time to grieve, and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones, a time to gather stones. a time to embrace, a time to turn away, a time to search and a time to quit search, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear, a time to mend, a time to be quiet, a time to speak, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for war, a time for peace. Basically, it's a time and place for everything. Verse 9. What do people really get for all their hard work? I have seen the burdens of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Shalak. I have seen the burden of Yahweh had placed on us all. Yet Yahweh has made everything beautiful for his own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart. But even so, people cannot see the whole scope of Yahweh works from beginning to end. So I concluded there is nothing better than to be happy and enjoy ourselves as long as we can. And people should eat and drink and enjoy the fruits of their labor, for these are gifts from Yahweh. And I know that whatever and I know whatever Yahweh does is final. Nothing can be added to it or can be taken from it. Yahweh's purpose is that people should fear him. So, basically, King Solomon looking at it as like, man, what's the purpose? What's the meaning of all this? I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. I helped this, I helped that, but I still got to die. What's the point? The point is, have fear of the Lord. Enjoy what you have, because there's more to it than what we think and what we can see. Enjoy what you have in the moment, do what you do to your best ability. All right? Basically, what he's letting it be known right now. All right? Same shit that going on. King Solomon, he did everything that we thought we did, or we think that we doing. All right? So, we need to humble ourselves, separate from this world, because it's meaningless. It has no purpose, it has no meaning. All right? That's what King Solomon, Yahweh basically letting it be known. All right? Now, if you have fear of the Lord, that's when everything will start making sense. All right? You have wisdom, understanding, that's when it start having sense, start making sense. But you got to have fear of the Lord in order to understand. Now that Solomon had the understanding, he had fear of the Lord, how he understood, like, I just need to fear the Lord and just enjoy the things I have in front of me. It's a time and place for everything. He took it as, but it's not the time for me to fully enjoy the things that I want to enjoy. It's that simple. All right? Now you got to understand it, like, all this shit is meaningless. It has no purpose unless you have fear of the Lord. You should know now. Right? King Solomon said, you got to have fear of the Lord in order to even enjoy anything. Even to even see the good and the bad and enjoy the good and the bad. Even to rejoice in the bad and the good, you got to have fear of the Lord. Because you don't have fear of the Lord, you're not going to rejoice in the bullshit because you don't have understanding. Us in this truth, being Israelites, we enjoy going through troubles because we know at the end of the day it's coming from the Lord. All right. Now I'm about to go to 1 Chronicles 16. I'm going to close out, I believe it's 25. Yep. 1 Chronicles 16, 25. Great is the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He is most worthy of praise. He is to be feared above all gods. So all them gods that we hear, that we know about, that King Solomon had helped basically when he was helping his concubines and he was helping them build them idols, them false gods and stuff, just know at the end of the day, fear of the Lord is the ultimate thing, all right? And that's the person that we need to be focused on right now. Fear of the Lord, all right? Everything else here has no point, is meaningless. King Solomon says like chasing the wind. But if you have fear of the Lord, everything will come in place. You will understand, all right? So, you got to be an Israelite, though. Keep that in mind. All right, that's one of the main ways to have a fear of the Lord. You gotta be an Israelite. All right, and if you are an Israelite, you have fear of the Lord, everything else will fall in place. All right, so hopefully I got straight to the point. Hopefully it was edifying. I'm gonna give all the glory and praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double on apostles, the elders, great millstone. Shalom to hopeful elect, which are the remnant of the Israelites, Israelite foreigners that don't like us, but they are us. Shalom. Keep in mind, y'all, stuff here in this world is pointless. Have fear in the Lord. Do what you're supposed to do to your best ability. Everything else will fall in place as supposed to. Shalom.